dilapidated temple, stranded and lonely. A crumbling reminder of the stark reality of climate change and its impending impact on our lives. This 400-year-old temple in Kendropara's Satapaya village is one among several structures now left in ruins.
This was a really interesting documentary. I've heard about the water level rising and the impact on certain populations in coastal towns, but I think this documentary did a really great job of visually showing it in a really beautiful way. I was hooked at the opening sequence. I just thought the footage was really pretty, and then the juxtaposition of the ocean and the water and the waves and the abandoned buildings and what's at stake through the map, I think was a really great way to capture the attention of people who may or may not be aware of rising sea levels as an issue. And I loved that the documentary explores what solutions to that could look like, and solutions that also benefit the people living near coastal areas. Overall, a really interesting and short documentary.
This is on the documentary ECRICC. This was technically very well done. I really liked the cinematography, all the colors that were used. Just really beautiful landscapes and nice visuals too. And I really liked the narrator and the narrator's voice. Thought they did a really great job with this. It was a great pace, very informative and educational on the climate change in India and what they're doing about it, and regarding the forest coverage and the trees, and just very neat, and obviously sad that it's happening, but very interesting, and how they were doing the women's groups and everything, just educating their own people on this. And I thought it was really great, and I hope it does well and gets out there to a wider audience. Good job to everyone.
This film is called ECRICC. This was a very informative short from India. It addresses the dangers of climate change and disasters that have hit India, including cyclones. It does an excellent job showing footage of the storms over the years and the devastation. But it also gives a hopeful message explaining how certain organizations, including governmental ones like the ECRICC, have worked hard to create ways to protect people from future storms and fight climate change. I love the footage of the beautiful mangroves and the drone shots of fields to grow more. The narrator's confident voice gives the film a positive, energetic feel, and the inspiring soundtrack was motivating. Great job.
ECRICC does a phenomenal job of giving us a warning of what our future is about to look like if we do not take action. Climate change is a very devastating and dangerous thing that is definitely going to cause some serious ramifications if action is not done. And I believe documentaries like ECRICC, which open the public's eye to these effects, are very necessary, because without them, it kind of points a grim picture of what ignorance can cause. So I believe that this is a very important documentary, and I do hope a lot of people are watching it.
ECRICC, this doc really explains like a really pressing issue, and explains it well, simply, and it shows them what they're trying to go for in the solution. I think it's done very well in that way, where it shows what these people can do and what these people are doing, and it actually shows them, which is very important, showing the action taking place. I think it's very well done.
So this is a really nice piece. It's nice to get a glimpse at what folks in other parts of the world are doing about climate change here, and focusing in India. And it was particularly interesting. I personally just got out of Florida right before Hurricane Ian hit. So seeing this bit about the super cyclone at the beginning really piqued my interest. It was interesting how they were saying that the rainforest protected them from the storm, which is kind of beautiful and poetic, and also a very practical thing at the same time. So yeah, I mean, there's many. It's just one of the many reasons that I wouldn't have thought of right off the bat there to be involved in conservation efforts. So yeah, this is really well done. Nicely photographed, nice use of scenery, nicely paced and edited. Good job all around. And so good luck to you in your continued showing of this film to people, and I hope it makes a difference.
All right, I just finished watching ECRICC. I believe it functions as an acronym, which is a really informative and very gorgeous piece about global climate change and how it's affecting India in particular. I thought this was a really great piece because for a lot of people, climate change is something that's in the future, not close. And I thought that this piece really showed how the real world impacts of climate change in certain environments, especially densely populated human environments, and how catastrophic the dynamics can be when nature takes over spaces in which humans thought that were safe and habitable. I thought the piece did a really great job at working at a real wide sense of scope and scale, not just from above, but on the ground, and had a really great cinematography approach that made the entire piece feel very encompassing and engrossing and immersive, and it really sort of made the more educational aspects of the piece work a lot better and making it much more accessible to a layman or someone who might not be as informed on the topic. I thought it was really great to work both for people that were already informed and for people that might not be as understanding of the dynamics of climate change. And I thought that the more hopeful, inspirational tinge for the piece really worked well, and sort of crafting a call to action for people to help and to support the cause, and and not really submit to an idea of failure and that there's nothing to be done, and that there are people that are working very hard to try to make the world safer and healthier, and the earth safer and healthier. So it was just a really great piece, an informative piece, and I thought was a timely piece for what's going on with the world today. So I ended up enjoying it and thought it was well done.